Hello YouTube, this is a Leadbelcher Army update. This is a list composition update with some tweaks. Me and Chris will be going to Crossroads in March, so I adjusted the list to meet the Crossroads comp system, which essentially is just one less Iron Blaster because they max you out at 1, which gives me 170 points to play elsewhere in the list. So we'll run through it. Slaughtermaster level 4, Armor of Destiny, still running that. The spell scroll had jumped to the Butcher to disperse my points evenly amongst the heroes, which is a suggestion that one of you guys made. I bounced it back to the Slaughtermaster, and I'll show you why. I also gave the Slaughtermaster the second hand weapon. The Butchers run level 1. He's essentially just attacks so that the Slaughtermaster could have the Lore of Heavens, which is essentially for harmonic convergence, so I can get reroll 1s on my hits and wounds with all my Leadbelchers, and to get a Comet, which would be a nice buffer with my with the opposing enemy closing in on me. But also, Windblast seemed pretty useful in the last game I played against Ryan. He was playing Tomb King, so his guys are already pretty slow, but even against an army like, I don't know, say High Elves, if I could push them back d6 plus 2 inches, I mean, that buys me a turn of extra shooting, so I'm going to use that maybe against Chris, but you know what, Hand of Gork kind of contradicts that spell, so it cancels it out, but so the Butcher has a Scroll of Shielding, which is something I've never used before. I thought it was interesting. This list is very vulnerable to magic, I feel, so another way to maybe protect it would be good. It's not a commonly used item from what I understand, but essentially if I don't dispel it, a spell, I can choose to use this instead, which would be good if I have no dispel dice left or a really shitty magic phase. But it essentially affects any unit that's being targeted by a spell, gives them a 4+ ward save, which is cool because let's say Chris is using foot on me and I wasn't able to dispel it, or I didn't have any dice to dispel it, that spell is going to give the unit 4+ ward save, which is great because foot is just devastating against an Ogre Kingdom's army or any army with monstrous infantry. But even a bomb spell, I don't have too many guys, so even if they attack my unit of 8 and I have to take, 8 wounds from I don't know, flame cage or something. I don't know. At least I can protect my guys that way. So, and then he's got a great weapon. I decided to go with a great weapon on the Butcher because he's already initiative 2, so it doesn't matter. The Slaughtermaster's got the second hand weapon because he's initiative 3, so maybe he'll have a chance to attack something without having to go last. I don't know. Maybe. So the next thing is still controversial. It's the Iron Guts. They're in here so I can take a magic banner, the Banner of Discipline, so that I can put my Slaughtermaster in there and to be able to, um, give him some extra leadership for all the units surrounding. And this is going to be a compact list anyway, so. But everyone's going to be real close together. Uh, it's not a lot of guys. There's only 5 Iron Guts. I could dump all the points into a unit of bulls and get a handful more, but then I don't have the leadership bubble boosts, so I don't know. It's something I'm gonna play with. This is really not meant to get into combat. This unit got destroyed last time I played Chris because foot just drops and just destroys the unit, but really it's just there to keep the leadership bubble and the Slaughtermaster safe. Because if he does miscast or kills a couple Iron Guts, that's not a big deal because really my money is all in the Leadbelchers, which is already a risk to begin with because they're very random. But so on to the trappers. We got 7 unit of trappers. These guys are great. They're fun. They get in the way. They're going to be a fun unit to make too. If you watch any of my other videos, 7 units. One of them has a banner, so I can meet 625 points minimum. That'll also help towards a blood and glory situation. I've got my 3 units of Leadbelcher with a musician. 8 guys in each unit. Now, when I got rid of the Iron Blaster, the second Iron Blaster, I was able to throw a bunch of points into my heroes, but also purchase the second unit, or this 4th unit in my special. It's 3 Man-Eaters. I gave them additional hand weapons, Scout, and Swift Stride. I kind of wanted to go with the theme of the black powder and the shooting, because like every model in this army has a shooting weapon, essentially, except the heroes and the Iron Guts, but even with the trappers, they'll have hand weapons, but I mean, that's not really significant. It's more about the difficult terrain tests with them. But back to the Man-Eaters. I wanted to do them with dual pistols and poison and sniper, which I thought would be really cool. A lot of comments were left about that idea. The issue was the points were too many. I mean, it's 12 points for each brace of pistols, and that was just bringing me tight. It was getting tight, especially since I'm already at 12-18 for special. I didn't really want to drop any Leadbelchers because this is the Leadbelcher army. Um, Plus, they wouldn't be scouting, which I like being able to get this unit out in scouting. Um, Kind of wanted to get some saber tusks in, but I feel like the man eaters scouting would be more interesting. They could take out some war machines and do some damage too. Otherwise, if these guys don't work out, they get killed too quickly. I might go with some saber tusks and disperse the points elsewhere. I can even get 2 more Leadbelchers if I decided to. Um, but the pistol guys, the pistol man eaters, I don't know. It was like 186 points, and that's a lot of points to sink into 6 shots that might be able to kill a hero if I roll a bunch of sixes. I'm not really interested in taking that much of a risk since the Leadbelchers to begin with are so random and so risky that I'm gonna try these guys out. And then the one Iron Blaster. So I'm at 24.99. This is the list I'm going to use against Chris tonight. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to be bringing. It's probably going to be Orcs and Goblins for sure, but he might bring his Crossbows list just because he might be lazy and tired and doesn't want to make a new list, or it could be something entirely different. So keep an eye open for that. And hope you guys enjoyed this little update. And of course, always comments and suggestions and ideas below because as you can see, they do affect what I do to my list. So I appreciate everything that you guys say. See you in the next one.